you've been with me for a little while, you know that I've been exploring some more budget-friendly wig options, and I'm noticing some differences in budget-friendly wigs compared to more premium brand wigs. The one I have on right now is Belle Tress. Well, Belle Tress always has impeccable hairline. It's basically a throw and go. I don't have to do anything to conceal a hairline. So as you can tell, these premium wigs are put them on, comb through them, and then out the door you go. Well, there's a benefit to having more budget-friendly wigs, and that is that you know, they're all going to tangle eventually, and some people like to switch their styles up, and the fibers are not, you know, they don't last forever. So a lot of times you just are looking at getting a new wig sooner than what you might like. Well, with the budget-friendly wigs, this one right here, for instance, is the one I'm going to use for the demonstration today. There are differences in the cap construction, but what I want to talk about today is how do you get the lace front to look good on a lace front that, you know, it's problematic. And I'm going to show you what I mean with this one. So the premium wigs, we use a monofilament, and their lace fronts, of course, they're just, as I said, impeccable. This one, for instance, it's comfortable enough, but with this one, and I really love the color, the fibers are lovely. I feel like most of the fibers are pretty much the equivalent or the same. I only have one that's not heat friendly, and the heat friendly fibers, they all require the same amount of attention. This is what I have found. So I'm not like, that's not a sticking point for me. What is a sticking point for me is this front. So like with this one, see how soft that is? It's really soft, and it does not look natural on me. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. See how it lifts there? Well, you can fix it. And if you're willing to spend just a little bit of time with the wig, you can have budget-friendly wig, apply a little bit of effort to give yourself an extra 10 minutes in the morning, and you know, you're good to go. So let me show you what I do to fix this situation. So sometimes with the budget-friendly wigs, the lace is a little bit too dark. Can you see how that's different than my skin tone? The other one, as you can tell, just blended right into my skin. Well, in this situation, what I like to do is I like to put a little bit of a dark bronzer or dark powder here at the forehead. So it will help the lace front to blend. Also check and see if you have makeup on the lace front, because if you take that off, take it off with a wipe or clean it off, you'll find that it will blend a little bit better into where the hairline would be here. So I think I've told you before, positioning this is 4 fingers from the brow bone to the hairline. And I'm going to use my big mirror here on the side because it's hard for me to always see in, oh yeah, this is definitely needs a little attention. Okay, so what I want to do first is make sure I have this positioned properly and even between the 2 ears. And then I want to make sure that I have that pulled as taut as possible so that this is going to lay as flat as possible. Now there are 2 glues that I have in my possession. There are other products that you can use. That I actually have one in my shopping cart on Amazon that I'm going to purchase next, and these though I have plenty of. So this is Bold Hold. This is like a gel, and it dries clear. This one is called Wonder Lace Bond, and it's a liquid, also dries clear. This one's in a spray, but I find that when I sprayed this, it kind of dribbled down, like it dribbled and messed up my makeup. So what I've decided to do is to put it on with a brush like this. So this is a brush I use to apply the glue. Then for any dark knotting, which is typical if you have a dark root and if there's not a money piece here in the front, or if you have a brunette wig, you're going to see some dark knotting. Now with higher end wigs, the knotting is more fine and they're not as prevalent. But in budget-friendly wigs, almost always, unless you just happen to find a gem, you will see some knotting, but that can be diminished as well. So I'll show you how to do that as quickly as possible, so not to bore you to death. These are water soluble, so just for the sake of me maybe forgetting to tell you this, to remove this, you're not going to, at the end of the day, just rip your wig off. You want to take a washcloth and wet it and dab it all along the lace front where that glue is, and then take at the end of something, your finger even, and go underneath to separate that, just so that you're not compromising the integrity of the lace. Okay, so just be gentle with it. All right, so we're gonna fix this crazy loose. All right, so I'm gonna use the liquid lace melt, and sometimes it does work nicer if you heat it a little bit to make it tacky. You can, if you're having trouble with your lace, you can take some of the gel or the lace bond and put it on your skin and on the lace. Therefore, when you use the hair dryer and make it tacky, you have 2 points of contact, and it could stay better. Some will be more stubborn than others, so you just got to give it a try, and you have to like practice. So I'm taking my brush and I'm going to dip it inside this lace bond. I think both of these work just about the same. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up underneath and I'm going to put that on to the edge. This also will help to prevent fraying of the lace. Okay, I'm just going to go on half of it, and then I'm going to dry it just a little bit to make it kind of tacky. That's good. You just need a shot. You want it to actually dry on your skin. Okay, so now I'm going to just push it down with my finger, and it should melt right in to the skin. And it did. Now this particular wig has a tendency to curl because that lace front is so soft. So I need to add some more down to the ears, because this one, I chose this one because this is kind of the worst one I have as far as needing some help here. Can you see how that's pulling on my skin? So you can see that really works. I like this wig. This wig I got on clearance for $75, so I thought, hey, I can work with this because I really like the color. Really liked the color. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm going to do this side, and then I'm going to show you how I conceal the knots, okay? I hope this is helpful. Right there. Going right, and I'm getting it to where when this touches my skin, I can feel that it's wet. It's not dripping wet, but I can feel that it's wet. Okay, let me do this again. I really do think if you just pop a little bit of heat on it. I mean, it's even just low heat. Okay. And I'm going to do here on this side as well. I try to keep wig wearing very simple. And I do like the premium wigs. Belle Tress is my favorite. My first 3 wigs were all Raquel Welch. Okay, so now that is on. I feel secure. I don't feel like my wig it's not going to go anywhere. Look. See how it's staying? See right there. I need to add a little bit more to that, but you get the picture. It will stay. Now, these knots, see that? The knots are prevalent there. I don't like that. I want them a little softer. You may not be able to get rid of them completely, but you can minimize them. And also, the other reason I like to do this with a little bit of makeup, I use this light color in my makeup palette right here. That matches my skin tone. You may go a little bit darker, try the lighter one, and then if you need to go a little bit darker, go darker. The other tool that will be helpful is if you use a little spoolie. This spoolie has this on this side too, so I could use that and this and just keep that as my wig one. But here I've got this little teeny tiny brush. Okay, so I'm going to dip it in and I'm going to dab it onto the lace. Before I do that, I want you to notice, you see how this, and you may not be seeing it here in my phone the way I can see it in my mirror, but this is a pretty straight line across. And I think that looks fake. So you can, with your makeup, you can do two things. You can either pluck or tweeze, sorry, you pluck a chicken, you tweeze your wig or your face, is you can tweeze some fibers out to make this more sparse and less perfect, okay? I noticed Raquel Welch wigs do that, so it's nature of the beast. Okay, so with this, you can also do it with makeup. So I'm gonna take this into my part line. This wig, I believe I made this part line wider. I think I plucked, tweezed or plucked, whatever you want to say, some out of the part line to make it look more natural. I believe I did that. So then you could take your spoolie and kind of just, or a Q-tip will work. You see how that covered those knots? Let's try it in the front. Okay, so I'm going to put some of this makeup on these knots. And I can tell that is doing a really nice job. If you really can see a demarcation, see, look at that, from the lace front, you may have to cut it back. I'm trying to do this sporadic kind of, so it doesn't look so even. Some people I've heard, and I've never done it because I don't have these pinking shears, but those pinking shears are the scissors that are kind of like scallop, and they'll trim their lace with that, and they swear that it makes it look more natural, and I believe them. I just have never tried it. So here we go. That looks much better, I think. Much more confident, and I feel much more secure with it like that. But that is that. Didn't take hardly any time at all. So I hope this is helpful. If you have questions, just put them in the comments. I do try to check my comments and respond. And I'm happy to help out, okay? Guys, have a great day. Thanks for visiting my channel. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you back here with some more tips. Bye-bye.